Stop forcing your toddler or your child to finish their plates. My name is Ruth, I'm a health visitor in England. Let's get into it. If fussy eating is something that you have a problem with your child or your baby or your toddler, then I have a £5 fussy eating guide. The link is in my bio. Please take a look. Here are the reviews. Let's get into why it's so important not to force our children to finish their plates. It's not going to create a good relationship for your child with food as they get older, and this is the end goal. We're not just now eating the food, their relationship with food is going to be a marathon. We want to be encouraging a really healthy relationship with food, and not only that, we want them to know when they are full. By forcing your child to finish their plate, we are not listening to that hunger hormone telling us that we are full. A lot of adults have lost that ability. We need to exercise that. It's quite difficult. Children and toddlers are fantastic at this, and I hear parents saying, yeah, but then they don't eat any of their dinner so they can have their pudding. Let's talk about how we can switch this entire thing up. When we force our children to finish their plate in order to go on to have pudding, we're just, like I said, creating such a bad relationship and habit when it comes to food. The other day, I didn't finish all of my dinner and I fancied a little bit of pudding. You know, that's normal, that's okay. If anything, it's a smart move. When it comes to fussy eating, what we need to be doing is we need to be exposing. If that piece of broccoli is there in front of them on the table, even if it's not on their plate, every single day, or as often as you can with all of these different types of foods to expose, instead of it being, ugh, there's that broccoli, it's going to be, oh, there's that broccoli. And that's eventually what's going to happen. And that in turn, as they get older and emotionally develop, eventually they will think about tasting and touching and smelling and having some of that broccoli. We want to strip back. Please try that, go on, I'll eat a little bit more, yay, well done, you ate that. We don't want any reaction to anything on their plate. Mealtime should purely be about sitting and talking and having a family occasion and enjoying the food in front of you. Nothing to do with bribing, pushing, punishing, oh, well, if you don't eat that, then you get a pudding. You're just creating bad relationships with food here. So on their plate, we always want to have something we expose them to, and we always want to have something that we know they're going to eat. Even if all your child is eating at the moment is biscuits, having a biscuit on their plate for breakfast, lunch and dinner, having that safe food on there so you know there's something they're going to eat. I do also recommend offering their food as a whole, so making sure that you have something sweet on there instead of a pudding at the end of the day. If they're still hungry, then we can talk about something else after. But having all different types of foods on there, all different types of food groups, and they're all good for lots of different reasons. Yes, even the sugary stuff, it is good for a different reason to the broccoli. I'm not comparing and saying it's just as good, but we don't want to be shaming or demonizing any different type of food. All we're going to do is create a bad relationship there. When we tell children that certain foods are bad and they fancy those foods because they're going to fancy the foods, they're tasty, you're going to make them in turn feel that they are bad. Division of responsibility is also something to remember. You are in charge of the food you offer your child is in charge of the food that they put in their body and how much of it they put in their body. If they don't finish their plate and then they want something else, you can and you are in your right to say, that's all that's being offered at the moment, bub. If you fancy something else, you can either finish your plate or there'll be food later on. Simple. Yes, you're going to have resistance, but the more you put these boundaries in place, the less they will resist as they get older. Please take a look at my fussy eating guide. It has so much information in and it will help you.